This tutorial or tip real quick for week 6, question number 1. When you are reading the assignment and you're trying to figure out how to put the data in from the tables on the second page of the SPSS exercise, it may be a little bit confusing. For this week, we're looking at um, independent sample t-test. And for question number 1, the question is there a significant difference between the two groups on the inventory of satisfaction? So from table 2, you're probably trying to figure out, well, how do I put this into SPSS? Well, you have two groups there. You have one group that participated in counseling, and you have the second group that did not participate in counseling. So for your SPSS, your first variable will be the actual groups. So you have two groups. So you have one group and group 2. And from page 2, your group number 1 are those individuals that participated in counseling. So if this was blank, I would enter number 1 for all individuals that participated in counseling. So the first respondent that participated in counseling, they had a satisfaction score of 36. The next person, number 1, participating in counseling, had a satisfaction score of 39. So you'll do that for all of those who participated in counseling. For those who did not participate in counseling, you'll give them a different numerical value. I gave them a number 2. So for the first individual that did not participate in counseling, this person right here, that person's score is 37. So do you see how that works? So when you're entering the values, I would enter 1s and 2s, and then you will put their satisfaction score for the second variable. Now, when you're doing your analyses, when you're having two groups for a variable, you need to define what these mean. So let's go to variable view. And for our first variable, those who participated in counseling, if you go to values here, this is where you actually define your groups. So what I did, I put number 1, and then I entered in the name of the group. So I just said participated, and then I clicked add. Okay, and then for the same thing for group 2, I put the value 2, I put no participation. Okay, and I clicked add, and then I clicked OK. So when you go to analyze your data, again, trying to figure out if there is a significant difference between the two groups on the score of the inventory of satisfaction. So you go to analyze, you go to compare means, you go to independent samples t-test, and well, I had the groups in there already for you. When you put in your information, this is, if you notice on the assignment, it's left blank or there's a question mark because you're supposed to figure this out, right? But your independent variable will go in the grouping variable area, which will be counseling. Your test variable is the satisfaction inventory. So when you get this in here, and this is probably where many of you are having problems when you try to run your analysis, it's not running or you can't figure it out. Well, even though you defined your variable in the data view, when you go to the analysis part, you have to do it again. So when you put this variable, the counseling group, your independent variable, into the grouping variable, a question mark appears. That means you have to define the group. And what you simply do, you enter 1 for group 1, 2 for group 2, and press continue. And then you should no longer see that question mark, and you click OK. Once you do that, you run the analyses, and that is it. So I hope that is helpful for that question. I got an email about that, so I hope that addresses the question. All right. Thank you.